Hello, Cherries. Welcome to Live Cherry Sunday, episode 191. And in today's video, I am going to show you what teachers are not telling you. And that is about the two kinds of minor. It's the Dorian and the Aeolian natural minor. And it all has to do with the sixth degree. Not the sixth sense, but the sixth degree. And it just drives me crazy when I'm watching all these great YouTube videos and so many great players. And it's a bit ambiguous when they talk about minor, because there's really two very popular types. It's the natural minor and the Dorian. And let me give you a little example of what we have right here with a little loop that I created here. It's just a C minor vamp. Get it too. So check this out. We'll C minor vamp. Aeolian. It's a bit melancholy, a little bit sad sounding, right? Ozman. Daredevil, Peck of Blues. Check this out. Here's another one, the Dorian. Different sound right there, a little bit happier. Good morning and thanks for joining me here today. Good afternoon. If you're liking this so far, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to go over what I feel like nobody's really talking about as far as guitar teaching out there in the YouTube universe. And no one really talks about the difference here between, they just say minor a lot of times. You know, and there's really two very popular types of minor out there. And, you know, most of the time the blues and the jazz players will always be referring to Dorian when they say minor. You know, and when I think of minor, I think of natural minor, because I come from the rock and the metal world, really. Who out there comes from the metal world? Who comes from the blues world? It's two separate type of worlds, but they do intertwine. But minor could mean two different things in the rock world. You know, when I was starting to play and as a kid, the bands that I listened to were like Iron Maiden and Ozzy Osbourne and you know, Yngwie Malmsteen, and those guys. When I thought minor, it was automatically, you know, it was natural minor to me, and it was because, you know, when you played, say, a C in this case, C minor, you knew that there was certain. Let's just go to key of E, the guitar player's key. Just, you know, there was like this E, Then it went to a C minor. Then it went to a D major. Then it was a very popular progression, right? And C major, D major, to an E minor type of thing. And that you'd know it was minor because it had a minor chord and it had a D major. So right here was the key of G, was the the relative major over here. G. The key of G major. It was, and the natural minor was E minor, which had a C note in it because it was a C chord. So when you played an E minor, it was. When you think of guitar players like Randy Rhoads, his sound was more like a minor. That type of descending scale like that. And but there were other players in that genre of rock, like Eddie Van Halen, which was a little bit different. His minor was more of a Dorian, more of a happier, where he played like a different type, which was the Dorian mode, and it sounded more like he would do a lot of that type of stuff. With that more of a lift right there in the 6th degree. You'd add that, so it's more of a happier and less than a melancholy, more classical sounding, or even a harmonic minor. It's totally another one. But so it's just trying to really define the importance of knowing the two different kinds and how to pick up on them real quick. When someone says minor, well, is it the happy minor? Is it a sad minor? Is it natural minor? Is it Dorian? There's a real easy way to figure that out, and I'm going to show you right now. But first I want to say hello to some of my friends here in the chat. Ozman, everything's good. Scott's. Hey, Ozman, good? All right. We got Scott Olson, good morning, y'all. Jer Devil, my Steelers buddy. What's happening, Jer? Pack of Blues, hello. What are you drinking out there? Some coffee? I know it's beer o'clock somewhere. So, there are certain progressions. Like I was watching a video the other day, and there's a great YouTuber out there, great guitar player. You probably know of him. His name is, what is his name? Guthrie Trapp. He's a Nashville guitar player, and I went to see him in New York just a couple weeks ago. It was really, really, really great. And I've loved watching his videos. And if you haven't seen any of his videos, check him out. Guthrie Trapp. An amazing teacher. I pick up a lot of stuff from him. You should check him out. But I kind of got this idea because I was watching one of his videos recently, and he kind of just says, well, it's the minor scale right there. When someone says the minor scale to me, I think natural minor. And these blues and country guys, it's almost like the 6th degree doesn't even exist to them in that scale. So what he winds up playing is this minor scale that's like this. Like he'll play a pentatonic scale, C minor pentatonic, but he'll add the 9th degree. He'll add the 2nd step. So it's not just a regular plain old minor pentatonic. He'll add the 2nd note. Which is really cool thing to do, is add that in there. So, but his idea, and a lot of people's and most people's ideas, especially jazz guys too, when they talk about 2-5-1, 2-5-1s, they're saying, of course, 2 is the second chord, the Dorian mode. But sometimes they'll say you play the minor scale there. And that could throw off a lot of people who don't know the difference between the minor scale and the Dorian mode. I wish they would just say the Dorian mode, because then you would just know that it has a raised sixth, or the sixth degree is non-existent or whatever. Or you could just leave it out, like Guthrie. But just leave out the sixth, so you're safe in all progressions like that. Like for instance, I got this other progression right here. This right here is a clear Dorian progression. It's like this, and I'll tell you why. So now it's a C minor, and it goes to an F. And now why I say that's Dorian, because this is a 2 chord to a 5 chord that wants to resolve to a 1. But you don't have to resolve. You can just keep going back and forth. 2 5, 2 5. Which just 1 is a B flat, so it's really a B flat scale, B flat major. Do re mi fa sol ti do. But you're starting on the second note, on the C, which makes it a Dorian, which gives you that raised sixth. Sounds like this. See, this is the raised sixth of the D minor scale, which actually turns into the major third of that second chord of the F chord. Check it out. So C minor. See, that's the third degree of the F. So, you could get yourself in a real pinch if you don't know the difference there. Because if I played C natural minor, it wouldn't sound right. Check it out. If I played C natural minor. Right? It doesn't work. See, right? Gotta play that. So really, really important to know the difference between the natural minor and the Dorian mode. So any questions about this stuff, let me know. Hit that like button if you like it. It works, but not as sweet. Finny, good to see you. What works, but not as sweet? Playing the Aeolian over that 2-5 progression? I don't know. It's, because really what's happening is if I played this C minor to an F, the F has an A, because the A is the major third of F. So that's the 6th degree of C minor, the C Dorian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Raise 6. If I play the flat 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's an A flat. So if you have an F major chord and I play the F flat, I'm emphasizing an F minor chord. So there's a big rub right there. Listen. No. That's the note right there. So I mean, in jazz you can get away with anything, but I want to hear this note. Maybe you play C minor here when you're just on the C, but now switch it to Dorian. When that F comes, F major, you have to play this. I mean, you can break the rules, but I don't think this sounds right here. If I went. I mean, if you go past it pretty quick as a passing tone, that's fine. Know what I mean? Much happier note using Dorian. Yes, very much so. And, when I played the regular vamp, which was, you could play any one of them because, it's just a C minor. And it's just emphasizing the root, the third. So you can play anything you want over this, as long as it has these 3 notes in it. Oops, the minor. You can emphasize the minor 6 or the major 6. Like Pink Floyd, if this was like a Pink Floyd riff, you'd probably go. If it was Randy Rhoads, he'd do. So 2 totally different sounds. I just think it's important. I wanted to do this live today. Based on this, another Dorian brick, another brick in the Dorian, right? It's so funny. Hopefully I'm expressing my points here to you. Hopefully you're understanding this if you get it. If you don't have any, if you have any questions, let me know here in the chat or leave a message in the comment section. Question in the comment section. But I thought this is important right here. So you know this C minor scale is just going to be it's relative to E flat major. So these two chords are pretty much the same. They share the same notes. Same notes. Yep. It's like a lot of people play this riff right here. I'll play this. Like this progression right here. So here's a progression where it's C minor to an E flat. Here's where you'd have to use the Aeolian mode. So that's one clear case of using the Aeolian mode. And no extra charge for the bad notes there as well. Hello, Robbie. Give you a round of applause. Make sure the applause button still works here. Oh, it doesn't work. I know why that is. Give me a second. I want to fix that. I have to fix that where the sound is coming out of the Scarlet's interface there. Now watch. Magic. All right. Which actually relates to E flat. Yes. Absolutely does. C minor relates to the E flat. E minor scale. E flat. Now watch the 6th degree. No need for any pause. All right, well, I gave you some anyways. All right, so hopefully you're enjoying this. If you are, hit that like button. I just wanted to tell you the differences here between these two. You know, like I said, I come from the metal world, where minor was just natural minor, and it took me a while. Once I heard that, I was really, it was an eye opener for me and an ear opener, because because when rock and roll, when I started playing more blues and stuff like that, that's when the Dorian mode really kicked in for me, playing some of the like when you're playing over. Like you couldn't play a minor scale over that. It would sound weird. It'd be like a. Doesn't work. Has to be a. Cause you get that stuff like that in there. Plus, you're always adding that major in there. So that's minor right there, but it doesn't sound sad like a. Big difference in sound. So any questions about this stuff, please let me know. And yeah, so C minor, natural minor, comes from the E flat scale. So now the C Dorian comes from the B flat scale. It's like this. So that gives you, if I started on the C, you have the regular second, minor third, regular fourth, perfect fifth. And right there you have a sixth. That's a raised sixth. So it's a natural sixth. Now, whereas the C in the E flat scale has a regular second, a minor third again, fourth, perfect fifth, and here's a minor sixth right there. Whereas a lot of jazz and blues guys, when they think of a minor, it's almost always a Dorian, because they're thinking about going to a 5 chord, right there, like 2 to the F, which would resolve to a B flat. So, all right, Ozman, gotta run. Have a great week. Great lesson as always. Thank you very much for that. Very cool of you. Very, very, very cool of you. And yeah, so hopefully you're enjoying this. It's good stuff. Good stuff here. And, it's really, really cool to know. I mean, I like the fact that, you don't even have to play the 6, which is great. You could play like a. Just leave out the 6, right? Just play like the second. 6-note scale. A lot of people just play the arpeggio right there. Last week's lesson, I did arpeggios in 5 different shapes matching the C.A.G.E system. We can use those over this. So it's a C in the C shape. A shape. G shape. What's it like? E shape. D shape. If you want to make it minor, Aeolian, just add that 6th degree. Of Dorian. So when it's really open like that, it's really up to you. But there's going to be times where it's not so open, where you're going to get a chord progression where you need to play Dorian mode, or a chord progression where you need to play. Now, what's really interesting on this other progression here that I didn't mention is that this C minor to an E. Yeah, I was playing the Aeolian mode. Check it out. I can actually play the Dorian mode here too. It's going to give that E flat chord like more of a raised, like a sharp 11. It's going to sound like this. that is, you know, that's just kind of going into a no man's land right there. You know, that progression right here, that C minor to E flat, that would be like a 2 to a 4 chord. The only way you'd have to really stick to a Aeolian mode riff is if, say it was an F minor. Let's do that. Let's build this loop real quick. Check this out. I will store this. I'll make a quick loop. Watch. This is a magic happening as you watch. So I'll go like this. I'll write it here. Okay, so I'm making a new loop like this. I'm going to delete what's on there. We're going to record this progression. Check it out. Here's the drums. I'm going to do something like a C minor, like a to an F minor. Can we do that? That's a real C minor. Close enough for rock and roll. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. C minor. Okay, so I have C minor to an F minor. So at that, I have to play the Aeolian mode. Playing C minor to an F minor. So that's kind of like diving into it's like a minor blues, because that's doing a 1 minor, then a 4 minor as well. That's kind of like a minor blues progression right there. So any questions about any of this stuff, please let me know. We're going to wrap it up here in a second. Just getting into this one important point that nobody tells you. That's why I have my hands up like this. Nobody tells you this. They just say, we're going to play a minor. And they're just like, well, okay. Then they play a Dorian mode. I guess that's really the whole point I'm trying to make here is that we say, yeah, we're going to play the minor scale. We're going to play a C minor. To an F. It's so out of tune here. It's a temperature in this room, and so I just think it's a bit ambiguous. Just like using that word today, ambiguous, right? And when people say we're going to play, it's just a minor scale, and they play a Dorian, I think they should really talk about the difference, or at least tell you it's a Dorian. Otherwise, you're going to have to do a lot of homework and research, but that's what I'm here for. I'm going to tell you right now that there's a main difference, it's a big difference between the two. Because when someone says minor, to me, that sounds like minor. Or it's minor sounding, and everything that's related to the minor sound, because I come from the metal scene where everything was metal. You know, it was like, you know, like a it was like so muddy sounding. Muddy metal. You know, it's more the metal Aeolian. And then I started understanding that, well, you just change one note and it makes it more Dorian. Because Eddie Van Halen was coming along and he was playing. It was still sad, it was still minor. And Chuck Berry was going. He wasn't going. Or maybe he was. That sounds pretty cool. It's like you know, the rock and roll riff is like, it wasn't. It's more sad. Happier. I think I've made my point on this. Muddy metal, muddy waters, grandson. Aloha. I missed that. It was from a little bit ago. But yeah, Vinny. Muddy metal, muddy waters. And I've got some great tones in my whole system here, but like this right now is a little just a little on the muddy side right there as far as this, my blues driver. It was the compression that's on it. Clearing up a little bit. It's like the weather. It's got to clear up a little. We'll keep it on this. It's a slight overdrive sound. It's like my favorite tone right here. Questions, let me know about any of this stuff. If you have any questions, let me know in the chats, or if you're watching a little bit later on in the comments. I do have a question. Check this out. Here's my question for the day. What are your thoughts on the 6th degree of the minor scale? With all the problems in the world today, this is the question that I'm asking. What are your thoughts on the 6th degree of the minor scale? We have to talk about what's really, really important out here in the world, and it is the 6th degree. And I'm going to give you the 6th degree. As a matter of fact, I will give you anything. On this channel, I will really give you anything. I'll give you the skin off my back for you. I'll do anything. As a matter of fact, I only say that because I've been peeling like crazy. I'm like shedding like an alligator. You know, I was in Hawaii last week, and I didn't put lotion on my back, and I couldn't sleep on my back for like 4 days. So now it's all like I'm shedding, and I'm sweeping like 3 times a day because the skin off my back is now on the floor, and it's everywhere. And I was trying to be funny here, and I can't really hear anybody laughing, so I feel kind of silly. All right, so we're close to wrapping it up here today. Thank you guys for hanging out with me here today. And, you know, if you have my Guitar Essentials course, you'll notice that there's a new video in there. It's a 4th section that I did on the 251s using the C.A.G.E.D system. And, you know, I had redid it because I put up a video, and I realized that I was slightly out of tune. And that's the one thing you know that you have here when you're dealing with like these C.A.G.E.D system chords, you know. It really emphasizes your tune. I mean, you're playing triads, so these notes are so close to each other. If you're out of tune, yeah, it's really going to show. It's hard to really kind of get this one. It's like a D here. It's a D here. And up here. So I wound up setting up my intonation by myself, you know. I'm my own luthier some of the times. So I, you know, finally tweaked my intonation, put new strings on, and I redid the video, and I'm really in tune for this one. So I re-uploaded it. So there's a 4th section in the course, the Essential Skills Collection course, where I talk about, what do I talk about? Fretboard memorization. I talk about the circle of fifths. It's 2 videos per section, blues soloing, 2 videos, and then there's now a new one called 251s. I teach you how to build a 251, and then I show how to use that with the C.A.G.E.D system in all different positions. Like here's 2, 5, 1 here. Show you a 2, 5, 1 here. And like that. And then 5-1 up here. It'll be like a D. Very useful to know these all over the neck, and it's really, really cool. Finny, I will be starting the course today. Awesome. Thank you for that. Very, very happy to hear that. And I will give you a round of applause for that. Just like Robbie. No need for applause, but I'll give it anyway when applause is due. So check that out. There's a link in the description for that course. And so hopefully you guys are having a great time here today. And any plans for the rest of this beautiful Sunday? It's kind of gray out there here in Brooklyn, New York. But I'm going to go, after this, I'm going to go to my favorite coffee shop, Hamlet's. The coffee's really good, and the girls are even prettier. But the coffee's really good, and so that's where I go, Hamlet, right around the corner. When I was in Hawaii, there was a couple of really good coffee places. There's one in particular I went every morning. I think it was, what was it called? Something, H-A-I, high coffee. But man, they really take pride in their coffee making out there. And the baristas, really nice guy. He said he was the only time he was in this part of the States. I feel like you're in Hawaii or in another country out there. But he was in a barista thing out there where it was like all the baristas met up, and in Chicago somewhere. So these people really take pride in their work, and when they make these baristas, you get these really amazing cortados or cappuccinos with a great design on the top, and really, really cool. Sunny in Sweden, 7 p.m. soon. All right. What's cool about Sweden too is that, I know I play in an ABBA tribute band called SOS, direct from Sweden. I've given up my accent over the years. The music of ABBA, and we play like some great shows across the country. Check out their website. Check out some of their stuff online. And maybe we're playing a city near you. You'll be able to come out. Some people that I've met through the guitar stuff online have come out to some of the shows, and I've got to meet them. It was really cool. As it goes. You know what song that was, by the way? All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for hanging out with me. I really, really appreciate it. Remember, guys, be cool, be kind, be cherry. And if you want to see another video on something similar to this, on the differences between the minor chords, I'll put that up right above there. So thanks a lot, Pack of Blues, Finny, and Scott Olson, Ozman, Robbie. All you guys are just amazing guys and gals. Yeah. I'll see you guys the next Sunday, and have a great week. Love y'all. Peace.